So here is Sammy Kidd. Owen is down the middle for a strike. 0-1 to Sammy Kidd. Sammy Kidd is 0 for 2 on the day. She has flown out, grounded out to the pitcher, and also has a sacrifice fly. The 0-1 pitch from Miller. That one's on the outside part of the plate for strike 2. Seems like Erica Miller does like to stay away from these right-handed hitters. I mean, 7 of the 9 Norristown batters are righties, and Miller really using that outer half more so than the inner half thus far. I mean, can't say it's done her much good as she's getting up the 6 runs. As Kidd smacks one to deep left field, and it drops in fair territory over the head of the left fielder, and the Eagles bring in another run, making another 2 runs, making it 8-3. It'll go as a 2 RBI double for Sammy Kidd, as the Eagles have, I don't know, it's as if they saw that their 4-run lead wasn't as safe as it appeared, and they just suddenly turned on the offense. And now Daisy Foster can go out there and try to complete her complete game in the top of the 7th with relatively low pressure, as it's now a 5-run lead for the Eagles. And it'll bring up Julia Santora. That one's on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Santora is 2 for 3. She's grounded out to the shortstop, but also has a base hit up middle and another base hit in the 3rd inning. Cut on and missed by Santora for strike 2. Well, the bases are empty with 2 outs, like we said, but here we are, 4 runs later. And the Eagles look to be perhaps on their way to a big win here today. Certainly not over yet, though. Anything can happen in the top of the 7th. And the Eagles certainly aren't done necessarily here in the bottom of the 6th, as they have runners on 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. Julia Santora, the batter. The 2-strike pitch. She flares it into right, and that's a base hit. That'll bring home 2 more runs. Kidd crosses the plate with the 10th Eagles run of the day. Santoro trots into second with a 2 RBI double. Wow, you want to talk about a 2-out rally. The Eagles now with 6 straight runs with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. That's now 7 straight batters have reached for the Eagles. Cretion, Cluth, Foster, Barry, Pleccio, Kidd, Santoro. Now Kopstick will try to add to it. Kopstick's caught a real nice game, too, behind the plate. And offensively, 0 for 1 with a walk and a sac bunt. They'll use a pinch runner for Julia Santoro. That is Sarah Rossetti out there now on second base doing the running. Taylor Kopstick taking some practice cuts as Miller talks things over at the mound with some of her infielders and her catcher. So the Eagles have put up 10 runs of offense to this point. That one is on the outside part of the plate for strike 1. So the Eagles have officially lit up Erica Miller, the Plymouth-Whitemarsh starting pitcher. And the 0-1 offering. Back to the cage for another strike. 0-2 now to Taylor Kopstick. Ten to 3, Lady Eagles. Bottom of the 6th, 2 outs, runner on second. That one's outside for ball 1. It's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch is grounded through the hole on the right side for a base hit. Sarah Rossetti will slide in there safely and trying to take second on the throw, and doing so safely is Taylor Copestick. RBI double. That's the third straight double for the Eagles now. And it is 11-3 Eagles as the offense does not stop coming. Erica Miller absolutely has fallen apart here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th and has allowed 8 straight base runners to reach. Also, keep in mind, Plymouth-Whitemarsh had 2 outs on the Eagles after Copestick and Dinolfi. Actually, Taylor Copestick led off this inning with an out, and then Dinolfi also followed that up with an out. And then Cretion hit a ground ball over to second base that was bobbled away by Jordan Katz. Right there, that could have been the inning right there. 4-3, we could be headed to the top of the 7th, a 4-3 ball game. But they missed that defensive play. Cretion reached. Then Sherilyn Kluth comes up, knocks it over to shortstop, and it was Renee Stittler who had a hard time fielding it and was unable to make a play on it. So there's another one. So this defensive lapse is certainly playing huge factor in this inning for PW, and that one is in there for a strike. Dinolfi 0 for 3 on the day, including 0 for 1 in this inning, as she was the second batter of the inning. Eagles have batted around. That one slapped through the hole between first and second, and Steph Dinolfi has an RBI single, as coming in to score is the pinch runner, Sarah Sposs. First hit of the day for Dinolfi, give her an RBI. And it is 12-3 Eagles. Now comes Maggie Cretion, and as we continue to mention, she started this all by reaching on an error by Jordan Katz. Cretion, the 12th batter of the inning for the Eagles. You want to talk about an offensive explosion. She hits it over to shortstop Renee Stittler, and Stittler puts it away for out number 3, but not before the Eagles put up an 8 spot. We talked about how they were just putting up 1 spots, not having that big inning. Well, there's a big inning, all right, 8 runs. We go to the top of the 7th. Last chance for PW. They need 9 runs in this top of the 7th. Back here at Norristown Area High School, where the Lady Eagles softball team has just put up an 8 spot. It is 12-3. Daisy Foster was perfect through 4 innings. Ran into a little bit of trouble in the 5th, as that one is knocked up the middle for a base hit. So PW starts their comeback efforts with a base knock. But Foster ran into some trouble in the 5th, but was able to get out of it unscathed. Then in the 6th, ran into some serious trouble, gave up 3 runs. All of a sudden, just like that, 1-run game. But the Eagles, I guess that woke up their bats as they came back in their next offensive half inning and just absolutely dominated. Putting up 2 games worth of offensive statistics in 1 inning. So Miller just got on with the base hit, making her 1 for 3. And now dumping it into center field, but Sherilyn Kluth is able to catch it. Miller has to stay at first, and Jordan Katz just flew out for the first out as Sherilyn Kluth makes a nice running grab. That'll bring on Michelle Taunton. Michelle Taunton is 0 for 2. She's grounded out to Stephanie Dinolfi and also grounded out to Maggie Cretion. That one's knocked over down the line and foul. So strike 1 to Michelle Taunton. Taunton chops it over to Gabby Berry. Gabby Berry will take the shore out at first instead of trying for the double play. And it'll go 5-3. Berry to King on the defensive play, and the Plymouth-Whitemarsh Colonials are down to their final out. They need 9 more runs. I'll bring up the top of the order in Corinne Watson, who is 0 for 3. She has struck out. She has grounded back to Foster and popped out to Maggie Creason. Taylor Kopsuk will come out to talk to Daisy Foster. They'll talk about how they want to approach Corinne Watson and try to end this game. This was a big game for the Eagles, and it looked like they were just going to cruise behind a solid Daisy Foster performance, a little bit of offense. Then suddenly, things got exciting when Foster ran into some trouble, and then the Eagles' offense just absolutely exploded. So here's Corinne Watson with 2 outs, runner on second. That one is low, but still a strike. It's 0-1. Daisy Foster working on quite a game here, as that one's ripped down the third base line, but foul. I know Foster's probably slightly disappointed because she was dominating so much and then kind of had things unravel a little bit in the 6th inning. But still, if you take the performance as a whole so far, she still has one more out to get, but real solid performance by Daisy Foster. And at this point, we've come to expect absolutely nothing less. That one's ripped down the third base line. This time it's fair. Miller able to move up just 1 base to third, and Corinne Watson has her first hit of the game. So that extends the game for Renee Stittler. She's had a real tough game defensively at shortstop. Also 0 for 2 at the plate. She has walked, though. That was her last at-bat. Foster with the first pitch of the at-bat. Hit on the ground through the hole between Barry and Creason, and that'll bring in the 4th run of the game for PW, and moving up to second is Corinne Watson. So 12-4 Eagles. Obviously this lead is extremely comfortable, but you got to get that last out somewhere along the way. That one's waved at and missed by Alexa Borkowski. Borkowski is 0 for 2 on the day. She has grounded out and flown out. That one's low for another ball. That one's popped up into foul territory, and it's out of play for a strike. 12-4, Lady Eagles. 1 out away from a big interconference victory over arch rival Plymouth-Whitemarsh. Plymouth-Whitemarsh sent Erica Miller to the hill today, and she got lit up by the Eagles offense. Creason ranges to her right to make the play. Strong throw to King at first, and that will do it as Creason makes the strong defensive play to end it. 12-4 is your final. Daisy Foster, 7 innings pitched and 4 runs allowed. She also struck out 2. And the Eagles win it behind a 8-run 6th inning where they sent 12 Lady Eagles to the plate. And again, they take it by a final score of 12-3. Palacio for the Eagles had 3 RBI. RBI all across the board. Kidd had 2. Santoro had 2. Kidd actually had 3. I correct myself. And really, you could go on all day about all these offensive statistics by the Lady Eagles, because when you put up an 8th spot, everybody has good numbers. Daisy Foster, again, getting the win. Erica Miller charged with the loss. And the Lady Eagles take this game over their arch rival, Plymouth-Whitemarsh Colonials, by a final score of 12-4. I'm Mark Kledinsky. You've been watching Varsity Softball on NASD TV. Stay tuned for some more exciting softball broadcasts for the rest of the season. Also tune into the sports show Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5:30, Saturday, Sunday at 2:30. We'll break down this game. We'll break down other Lady Eagles softball games. We'll break down everything in the world of sports in Norristown. But for now, I'm Mark Kledinsky. Thanks for watching.